We begin with breaking news right now.
Good evening. We do begin with breaking news in a story that News Channel 3 broke just hours ago. A clear pattern of unwelcome sexual behavior. That is why the city is announcing tonight that long ago suspended Kalamazoo Public Safety Chief Vernon Coakley will not be coming back. Chief Coakley had not even been on the job for 2 years when he was suspended with pay pending an investigation into multiple complaints of harassment against him. Our Maria Serrano brings us new reaction tonight to the city's announcement.
According to the investigative findings of the 30-page report, there was a clear pattern of unwelcome sexual behavior by Chief Vernon Coakley and incredibly troubling sexualized comments he made. The report reveals the accusers struggled to report it and had concerns with coming forward because of his position in the department. There is no future for Chief Vernon Coakley at the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety. The city and the chief reaching a deal for Coakley to leave the department January 1st. The city allowing him to retire. He's been on paid administrative leave since August, a month after an investigation was launched into harassment allegations. The City of Kalamazoo releasing an outside independent investigation of sexual harassment allegations against the top chief, talking to 19 total witnesses. The investigation reveals one KDPS and 2 other city employees from a different department coming forward. One complainant alleges between 2018 and 2019, Coakley would pull her hair and move his hand up the back of her head with fingers spread apart, and touching her scalp would pull her head back. Another complainant said Chief Coakley told her, "If I pinned you up against the wall, I bet you'd melt." On August 2022, another complainant said Chief Coakley said, "You look so good, I could lay you down on that table right now." A joint statement from the city and Coakley reads in part, quote, "The chief disagrees with the findings and the nature of the investigation." Still, investigators in this document said Chief Coakley should have known that making such a statement is contrary to good order, efficiency, and morale, and unfavorably reflects upon the department. The investigation highlighting Coakley's comments would have a resoundingly negative impact on the department's order, morale, and image. City Manager Jim Ritzma releasing a statement saying these last few months have been difficult, but it's time to move forward. He says in part, quote, "I believe the negotiated settlement is the right decision for all involved. To those employees who brought forth these allegations, I thank you for bravely coming forward. The process was long but necessary to gather all the facts." City officials now say they're looking forward to the department's acting public safety chief, Dave Boysen, being sworn in as the city's new permanent chief. A statement from Kalamazoo Mayor David Anderson reads in part, quote, "We maintain full trust in KDPS and all KDPS officers under the leadership of Chief David Boysen." Commissioner Gene Hess tells News Channel 3 in a statement, quote, "I believe Chief Boysen will do a fine job as a seasoned veteran of the department who is heavily involved in our gun violence reduction efforts and who has led the department well during this time of investigation." A separation agreement between the city and Coakley has been signed, allowing Chief Coakley to retire January 1st. Coakley will receive a severance payment worth 1 year's salary, totaling $155,000. Because of the investigation conclusion and the negotiated separation agreement, the city is not commenting further. Acting Public Safety Chief Dave Boysen will have a private swearing-in ceremony the first week of January.
Effective immediately, Kalamazoo Public Schools has fired their superintendent of business and operations. This, of course, comes just a couple of weeks after the district superintendent, Rita Chowdhury, abruptly resigned. News Channel 3's Autumn Pitcher joining us now live from district headquarters with new details, Autumn, of this investigation that led up to the most recent high-profile firing there.
Yes, James English paid over $91,000 to an outside organization that was not approved by the board, with several board members expressing concerns about James English, the superintendent of business and operations for KPS. Interim Superintendent Cindy Green decided it was time to see where those worries were coming from. After doing some digging, the case stretched deeper than anticipated, Green putting English on paid administrative leave. On December 20th, district higher-ups met with English to highlight 10 areas of concern. Wednesday night, in a special meeting, the board reviewed these issues, which included
for outsourcing an administrative position without board authorization or knowledge, for entering into a contract for services without a written agreement and without a written agreement as to the compensation to be paid for such services,
which were all in violation of their policy and established business practices. The board voting yes on the resolution to terminate English. The district found English was providing large financial support for Kalamazoo Public Schools Foundation, an independent entity that was not a part of KPS.
Paying over $91,000 to an outside organization without board authorization or knowledge.
The other major concern involves English hiring an outside contractor, Michael McDonald, as the district's director of finances, even after the KPS Human Resources Department objected to his selection several times. He is currently employed by Grand Haven Public Schools as the executive director of business services. Immediately following the decision to fire English, the board appointed Laura Kaiser as chief financial officer. Parents also voiced their feelings, pointing to how the school will handle similar situations in the future.
This period of transition is going to show what kind of leaders y'all are. And we are watching what you do and how you do it.
The district is continuing their investigation into the individuals that were involved. We have reached out for further comments, but have not yet heard back.
Welcome back, everyone. As the new year approaches, some people may have different New Year's resolutions they want to tackle in 2023. It could be exercising more, spending less money, or even spending more time with family and friends. And one of those resolutions may be eating healthier. Mid-Michigan Now reporter Chloe Godbold joins us on the set today. You've got some tips on how to do that. So how do we do it?
So that's right, Stella. I spoke with a registered dietitian who reminds us all to think about mindful eating when starting the new year, because this will help those looking to eat healthier reach those lifestyle goals they want to achieve.
Take care of yourself. You only have one heart, and that should be important enough not to eat the cheeseburgers and fries every day.
Keeping a lot of fatty foods off your plates will always help your diet, according to Memorial Healthcare registered dietitian Danielle Wendling. But the key, she says, is starting out slow.
You cannot change everything at one time. So recommendation is to start with breakfast. How does breakfast look? How many fruits are in breakfast? If breakfast is already mastered, you go to lunch. How much vegetables? How much fiber? So kind of taking a look at each meal and assessing it that way rather than trying to make several big changes.
Wendling says gradually adding more fruits and veggies into your diet will help you reach those healthy eating goals. She also encourages you to eat when you first wake up because it gives your body the energy needed to function throughout the day.
Are you eating any vegetables throughout the day? No? Add one. Hey, dang, I'm already doing really good, then add another one. Obviously, more is better, but I don't want people to start off with I have to have all these cups and all these servings. It gets overwhelming and distracting. Your car, your body cannot go from point A to point B on nothing. That's starvation mode. That's when our body holds on to all of our extra fat and we're not going to do anything with it. So by simply eating anything, piece of toast with peanut butter, grabbing an apple, grabbing a banana, grabbing a granola bar.
Another important note, Wendling says, beware of those fad diets because she says any quick fix is not always good for you.
A lot of them are high calorie, very, very high cholesterol, high saturated fat, no fruit and vegetable. So it's completely opposite side of the spectrum, which is harmful.
So Chloe, people have this as a resolution. They want to start dieting, but it is overwhelming. So what happens when they don't know where to start?
So Stella, that's actually a great question. So Wendling says if you don't know where to start, you can always seek advice from your primary care doctor, and then they will probably refer you to a registered dietitian. And she also encourages people to always have a protein, carb, and vegetable with every meal.
All right, good advice. Great story. Thank you very much, Chloe.